Okay, this goes along with the worksheet for measuring angles called Difficult S1. Okay, go full screen here. Okay, last night your homework was to do this. Now, what we always say was that you've got to line up with one of the rays to measure an angle. Now, I don't care which ray it is, but you've got to decide to pick one. Okay, and you've got to keep the protractor inside the curve. So wherever this thing is, wherever the curve shows up in here is where your protractor needs to be part of that. So let's see if we got these right. The first one I'm going to line up on the T and the U. So what I've got to do is measure from this ray all the way around to this ray, and if I count by tens, and it's a little blurry right now, I can't in the light there, if I count by tens, I start 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 90, there's 100, 110, 120, 130, and I would say 135 would be approximately pretty good. I like 135. How many people had 135? Am I wrong, or did somebody else?
132.
132? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think maybe what some people did, and I saw some people extend the line out because they wanted to see how far it went out there. I like that, so let's extend it out and see if you are at 132. Maybe you're better than I am, and you see. Well, yeah, I'm thinking I extended the line, and I'm looking, but yeah, at least a one. I would say it's a 134 for sure. Are you 5 degrees away from 134 as your answer? If you are 5 degrees from 134, you are correct. How many people got it right? Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Now this next one, I'm going to pick the ray FG. Some people extended the one ray out so they could see where it falls on their protractor, and that's kind of cool, so I'll extend my ray out too because I can. Line up F and G along the bottom, so it starts at the vertex is at the middle where the sun would be. And I'm looking at something between 60 and 70. It looks like it's about if I line it up perfectly, it looks like it's right at 65. How many people like 65 as an answer? Was that what you got too? Angelina, yes on that one or no? Are you looking at your homework, kiddo? Can you put your protractor on it and show me that you could line up and look at yours also?
You wrote 67 on all of ours. You wrote 67 on and 68.
I said what to you guys?
You wrote 67 and 68 on ours.
Oh, okay. So that was the answer.
70.
That was the answer sheet, and so yeah, no, it was the answer sheet. I gotta give Angelina come on up and get this protractor.
75.
Okay. Who else? Tyler?
Yeah.
Did you need one too, Tyler?
Yeah. I don't get how you got 67.
Thank you. There you go, Tyler.
Oh, yeah. But you got it wrong, too.
Thank you, guys. That was so nice of you to tell me you needed protractors. Okay, moving right along. It's the best day ever. Okay, so I would say if your answer was 65, Angelina, if you line it up, sorry about that. If yours is 65 or within 5 degrees of 65, I will take it as an answer. So you could be all the way up to 70 or all the way down to 60, and it's still within the range of the correct answer. Sound good?
So even if you got 60.
If you got 63, you're definitely good. Yes?
I got 1 degree away from which is like 135 and 66.
You got 135 and 66? Definitely beautiful answers. Definitely will take those. Okay, this is going to be like, when I see this one, it's got to be less than 90 because it's not even a 90-degree angle, which would be right here. So it's acute. It's less than 90. So any answer more than 90 can't be right. So I'm going to line up my protractor on Y to Z, and then I'm going to kind of eyeball it. It looks like it's coming in under 50. Okay, it looks like it's under 50 because there's 50 to 60. It's under 60. It hasn't hit 60, so it looks like it's about a 50. I'm going to say 58 would be a good answer. What did people out there in the world get? Did you get 58 degrees or someplace or near 58 degrees?
I got
59, yeah, cool. Sound good? Did you get 5, if you add 5 to 58, you'd be up to 63 degrees. All the way down to 55 degrees would be correct answers. Okay. Here's the tough one, guys. Coming up this one, a lot of people miss this one, so I'm kind of curious how. Now, I turned my paper. Ooh, like magic. You could do that? Yeah, because I want the angle to be so. Did you turn it upside down too?
I turned mine upside down.
Which one are you on there, guy?
Like on on this, on those two, I mismatched it.
Yeah, you did okay, right? Is that 68? You did a different answer?
Yeah, but
You said 68's fine. 68's fine. Yeah, Xavier just came up and said that he had, what? What'd you have on this one, kiddo? 68's perfect. It's within 3 degrees of the correct answer. So you're within 5 of it. Yeah, 5 degrees, that's great. All right, so I'm going to turn the paper upside down for number 4 and answer this one. I'm going to lay the protractor on this line. Now, I could do it this way, too, just as long as the center of the sun of the protractor is in the center of the angle. See how the little sun rising? I think of the sun coming up in the morning and the birds flying. Good morning. So this is where the sun's coming up, and this is where the protractor can lay on this horizon or this horizon. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. What do we have here? Now, if I said 30, would I be wrong? Yes. Why? 30 is a lot less than 90, and we know it's bigger than 90. It has to be in the hundreds, so it's got to be about, I would say, somewhere than 148 or 9 or 50. So I'd take 148, 49, or 50. 148. I would take 149. I would take 150 degrees. Any one of those would be in the ballpark. Does anybody have one different? Yeah, Mackenzie, what do you have?
147.
147. I'll take it. Anything else? Yeah.
151.
Ooh, I'll take 151. That's really
154.
154. Ooh, I don't know. 154 is getting up there.
We just said that to you, and you said that it was fine if it was in the 5 range. That's the question we were talking about when we said that we all had.
Yeah, but 154 is way up here, and this is way down here. You're like, this is like off by 150. Like that's a long way off. If you extend this line out here, it's starting to get out of the range of possible answers, right? So take a look up here. Does it look like it could be at the 154, which is way up here? It's starting. That's about 5. I will take 154. It's the last one in the range, though. So 154 would work, but it's way outside. It's like it's really starting to get almost too far away from the correct answer. At 156, you're at 155, you'd be off. All right, where's the sun coming up in letter D? Here's the sun. Yeah, the sun's coming up. Birds are flying. The clouds. Oh, it's going to rain. Okay, so anyway, so here's the sun, the center of the vertex of the angle. We have to put the center of the protractor on that and then line up. This one looks like it's going to be. Is it going to be more than 90 or less than 90?
More.
Yeah, because if you put a corner in there, you're like, that's more than 90, right? That's got to be more than 90, so it's got to be more than even 100. So I put this in here.
13.
I like 100. I like 113.
That's what I got.
114, 113, 114.
I got 100 set. Wait, no, I got
118 though? Well, let me think. 118 is way up here. I'll take it. I'll take 118. Yeah, I'll take it. 118.
3, 7, and 8.
I like those answers. They're in the ballpark. Cool. A lot of people said 90 for the next one. Let's see if it really is 90. Yeah. Oh, they just said 90. No. Yeah, it's bigger than a right angle. Can you folks sit down? Thanks. It's bigger than a right angle. Okay. So here's a stack. Here's a stack of Post-it notes up here, and we know it's a 90-degree angle. It's gone beyond 90, so it's probably in the high mid-90s. Okay, it's a little bit beyond. How many degrees is it beyond? I'm going to say 5 degrees. Let's see how many degrees beyond it is, though. Okay.
I got 85.
Now, when you said 85, you know you're wrong because it's bigger than 90. Now, look at this corner here. You know, even visually, you can tell it's bigger than a 90, right? So if you say 80, that's less than 90. I see where you got 85, though, because if you look at this degree angle, you're like, oh, look, there's 80, there's 90. It's right between 80 and 90. It's 95. No, actually, it's between 90 and 100. It's 95. Do you see the problem? Was you have to count by tens, Angelina? You got to count by tens coming off the baseline, this line here. So you have to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. You started on the wrong side counting by tens this way, but there's no line out there to start counting from. So try to count from the ray that you rested your protractor on. Try to count by tens up to the line. You'll never get it wrong if you do it that way. So 95 degrees is the best answer. This one is really hard, though, and I think one person in class got it right. Jackson, do you have a question before I go on? 93 I'll take. Now, this one here is asking me, what is this big angle all the way around here? Whoa. Well, what would be the angle if I went all the way around? How many degrees in the full circle? Does anybody know? How many angles on a full? Yeah, 360 if I went all the way around. I'm not going to do one this hard anymore, but if it was 360, it'd go all the way around. So what I did was I took this angle and I subtracted it from 360. It was actually 130. And a lot of people said the angle minus that is 0. 6 minus 3 is 3. It's 230 degrees. So 230 degrees is correct. You are right. If you measure this angle, you are right. If you measure this angle at 130 degrees, you are correct. The outside angle was actually 230. But don't worry, I wouldn't take points off for that. And the last one looks about 90. Do you think it's more or less than 90, Angelina? In a second. Is it more? It's 89? Tyler, what do you think? More or less than 90? The last one. Does it look like about 90? If I stick a corner in there, look what happens. It covers up one of the lines, so it's less than 90. So it's probably in the 80s. All right. Okay. Stick it up here and let's measure it. All right, look, okay, starting with my 0 line, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, looks like about 88 or 89 right there. So I would take 88 degrees, 89 degrees. 90 is really, if you're going to tell me it's exactly 90 though, I'm going to have to say, I don't want you to say it's 90 because that's off by a little bit less than 90. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video, and then I'm going to give you a quiz, and then we're going to head down to the computer lab. Thank you.